Hi leaders, thanks so much for watching the last video Connect, the weekly Connect in September. So September just flew by. I'm sure October will do the same thing. We're going right along in our study of Genesis, and this week we're going to teach the kids that God does everything for our own good. So what better story to teach them, and what better Bible character to teach them about than Joseph? And this week we're going to pretty much cover all of Joseph's life in 1 week. So if you're the storyteller, rest up because there's a lot going on this week. Before story time, we are going to have the kids, when they come in, they have just Joseph worksheets so they can do an anagram, and yours will obviously have the answers, so you can help them out with that if they need that. You can check over their answers, but theirs will be blank. You will actually have a crossword puzzle and also a word search. So just have the kids start on that, and they can kind of see the knowledge that they already have on Joseph and parts of the story that they already know. And then you'll just transition into the big group story time, and then if there's time at the end, you can finish up. After they hear the story, they can finish up those sheets, or they can just take them home and finish those. So, like I said, the story's on Joseph. So our connect question is, if you could imagine a really bad day, what would that look like? So just let the kids start some time, or just spend some time talking a little bit about a bad day maybe that they've had, or maybe something that they think would be the worst day. And then that will transition us nicely into hearing about Joseph. So this week we have another play, if you're so inclined as the storyteller to have the kids dress up, or not dress, I mean, I guess if you bring stuff from home they can dress up, but that won't be provided for you. But the kids will have little name tags on the characters, and you can have them decide who they would like to be, and they can just act out the story of Joseph together. So however you want to do that, if you have a better way that you'd rather tell this story, or something else that is on your heart that you'd like to do, go ahead and do that. If not, there's a play, and the name tags and such are all ready for you, as well as the scripts, and we'll be going through all of Joseph. So when you're finished with that, you can lead right into worship. So you can do the worship songs that we have picked out for you. They're on the DVD. And then, of course, talk about your offering and where the offering money is going. And don't forget to collect that offering. And then you will go right into your blessing. And the blessing this week is from Romans 8:28. In all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. And then the blessing is, may you trust that God can use even the most difficult circumstances to bring you closer to him. May you know that because God is in control of everything in the universe and loves you deeply, he can work everything in your life for good and for his purposes. How awesome is that? Really, I can't imagine any better, sorry, my battery's low in there. I can't imagine any better blessing to give people when we're learning about Joseph and the hardships in his life. And what a great reminder for us that when we're going through hard things, God could use that for our good. And eventually, while we're in it, we can't see that, but eventually we'll know. And when we look back upon the hard things, that we just know that he did end up using a lot of those bad things for our good. And what a great lesson for the kids to learn at an early age, and to understand that while we all have hardships, God is still in control, and he can still use all of these hardships for our good. So after story time, you'll transition back into your classrooms, and then you will go over the reflect questions and make sure the kids all understand what they just learned in story. And then we have some activities for them to do for the kids that need a little bit more active learning. The kids that don't feel like doing any of these activities, of course, can finish up their little sheets, the activity sheets. I don't know why I'm having a hard time remembering those are activity sheets. They can finish up those, and then those that are ready to move on to games and a little bit more activity, we have 3 games that they could play. They're games that are kind of out of your comfort zone, that might be uncomfortable for some people, and I thought that this kind of went well with Joseph, because boy, he was out of his comfort zone a lot during his life. So the first game is Name That Tune. You can invite a child who would like to hum up in front of the class to come on up, and then the other kids can try and guess what he or she is humming. You can also have the kids do staring contests. They can get in groups of 2 and they can stare down at each other until one of them blinks and see who wins. That's pretty uncomfortable. And then you can also have a child come up and share with the class something that they bet that they didn't know about them. So, I guess that my kids are finished with youth group, so I'm going to have to go. They're knocking on the door. But I hope that you understand everything that I've talked to you about. If you have any questions or you need prayer in anything, just let your campus coordinator know that, and they would be happy to help you. So I just pray that you will have a great week in preparing your lesson, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much.